Spring 1953. Workmen began laying the foundation for a new building designed to house an extraordinary new business, a local television station for Springfield, Missouri. It was to be called KSTV for Springfield Television. But upon further thought, the station's call letters were changed to KY3, and the Federal Communications Commission gave its approval. Television, broadcasting with sound and pictures, all in your own home. And after 4 years of planning, 9 months of building, the day came for sign-on. The 1st of October, 1953, 4:47 p.m. That first broadcast day lasted 5 hours, 33 minutes. I'm Fred Schweitzer, and for the next few minutes, I hope you'll walk through this pioneer of broadcasting with me and see what goes on behind the front doors. Almost 100 people are employed here. This is KYTV's Broadcast Museum. On its shelves and walls, reminders and relics of the way things used to be here at KYTV in the early days. Almost 50 years are represented here, and under normal circumstances, it would take quite a long time to see it all. But, as they say, in television, just about anything is possible. So, here is KYTV's entire history in 60 seconds. That's a lot of history, and a lot of people made it happen. But that's what KY3 is all about. Scores of people making television happen. Different jobs, different departments, but all for the same purpose, to give you information and entertainment. Some of those people have their offices along this hallway, including our general manager, Gary DeHaven. Chief. Another department just ahead of us is called the Traffic Department in broadcast circles. Traffic schedules programming and advertising. Now, they make sure that what's supposed to be on the air is on the air. Now, KY3's programming department purchases and helps schedule the programs we put on the air. Some of our shows come to us from NBC, while others originate from a variety of programming sources. KY3's viewing area includes over 318,000 households in southwest Missouri, northern Arkansas, and a part of Oklahoma. That's an audience of over 1 million people. Businesses, knowing the size of KY3's audience, often want to purchase advertising time. And that's where this group begins to perk, the KYTV sales department. Each salesperson has a list of businesses or clients they visit regularly, but they're always on the lookout for new clients, new businesses who wish to advertise over KY3. These advertising messages are called commercials or spots. That's what commercial television is all about. That's where a good deal of the money is made, by selling time to advertisers. And where are these commercials produced? Well, a lot of them right here at KY3. Once the script is created by our writers and approved by the client, KY3's production department begins its work. A camera crew sometimes visits the business and shoots videotape of the commercial's requirements, whatever is needed to visualize the advertising message, to sell the product, or to sell the service. The spots are then edited in KY3's production suite before taken to master control for the final polish. Sometimes it can take as long as 2 to 3 hours of editing or posting before a 30-second spot is ready for the air. Now, some commercial productions are produced here in KY3 studios. Our studio crews are among the best in the business. And our directors are regularly sought after by clients and advertising agencies because of their expertise and because of their production abilities. And when it comes to out-of-the-ordinary production and special effects, come to KY3. Come on, boy. It takes a lot of money to operate a television station. A lot of money. Salaries, insurance, equipment updates, and the purchase of new equipment. This studio camera, for example, and there are 2 more of them, cost about $125,000 each. Now, that would put a new Mercedes or a Jaguar in your garage. Now, which would you rather have? One of these cameras or a new Jag? I thought so. Talk about new equipment. These days, commercials are recorded and played over the air from video carts, like these. This machine sorts the carts and puts them in order to be played, all performed by computer. But it is comforting to know that a human being actually puts the commercial on the air. The cost of this machine? About $250,000. And that does not include the human being. Well, money doesn't go as far as it used to, but at least it goes faster. Now, not every spot we air here at Channel 3 has a charge attached to it. Some are free, but it takes a different department to take charge of these public service announcements, or PSAs, as they're called. The KY3 Promotions and Community Service Department takes announcement requests from various organizations needing to publicize an area event, community project, or a public health alert. These PSAs are produced and aired at no charge. It was the old bard himself, William Shakespeare, who said, "When sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions." And at a television station, when sorrows come, it usually means something has to be repaired. And sometimes it seems that when one piece of gear goes down, another soon follows, usually at the most unfortunate of times. And that's why it's mandatory to employ individuals with the expertise to get things back to speed quickly. KY3 engineers fit that requirement to a T. But engineers not only do repairs, they help produce commercials and sometimes special programs. Programs such as the shows produced in this big truck. We call it Studio 3. Inside, a complete television studio, able to travel anywhere to produce country music shows, seasonal programming, or sports events. Another big KY3 truck plays an important role in the news stories you see. This is Skycom, capable of going anywhere news is happening, anywhere, and sending that news story to you as it's happening. This is how. Once on the news site, the KY3 crew sends the story from Skycom's dish to a satellite about 22,600 miles out in space. From this satellite, the signal is sent to KY3's dish here at the station. The signal then shoots to our 2,000-foot tower in Fordland, where, with almost 100,000 watts of power, the story is sent to your home. Now, that little trip is over 50,000 miles, and it's all accomplished in 1 1/2 seconds. Skycom is only one of the factors making KY3 News number one. Of course, Skycom is of no value without its trained operator, and a news department exists in name only without its people, those trained journalists with a proverbial nose for news, an eye for detail, a desire for the truth, and the determination to report it fairly and accurately. There are a dozen reporters and 10 photographers here at KY3. Some of our viewers think of KY3 reporters as part of their family, and I suppose in a way they are. The day begins with an 8:30 meeting. What's going on that's news? What might be about to happen? And if it does happen, what will it mean? The assignment editor appoints different news events to various reporters, who then travel to the location of the story. They return to KY3 and prepare that story for broadcast, editing or posting the pieces of the story together to form a report you'll see on the news. Meanwhile, KY3's sports department pulls together news items from baseball, basketball, football, golf, just about anything from the varied and exciting world of sports. Then there's weather. Come rain or shine and anything in between, KY3's weathermen have a pretty good idea about what Mom Nature has on her schedule, and they're ready to report it at a moment's notice, clearly and concisely. This is the KYTV news set. It's one of the largest in the country. Most of our news broadcasts originate from here. This news set is used for the evening news. Over here, the interview set, where we talk to people who sometimes serve as guests on these broadcasts. And this set is used for the early morning news and also for the news at noon. And if you want to see two very busy places, you should witness what goes on in the newsroom and in master control just prior to one of these news broadcasts. It's incredible. Last-minute changes, clarifications, updates, additions, cancellations. Everyone making sure that this broadcast is as good as they can make it before you see it. The awards accumulated over the years testify to KY3's continual pursuit for journalistic excellence. And KY3 is the first station in Southwest Missouri to offer closed captioning for all of its newscasts. It is the belief of KY3 News that everyone should have the opportunity to know what's going on. KY3. It's been a busy place since that first sign-on in October of 1953. And believe me, in all those years, there's never been a dull moment. And you can believe me when I tell you it's a fascinating place to work. I hope this video has given you an informative look at KY3. We thank you for watching, and thanks for watching KY3.